I can absolutely knock Ilia Topuria out on the White House lawn.
How do you know that?
Because I know how crazy this game is. I know the power I possess. I know the skills that I have.
He
I know
possesses a lot of power,
Of
too.
course.
Well, how are you supposed to find somebody and you ain't around nobody?
Well, I also
do?
don't leave my house, so there's no way for me to meet people.
I mean, how you gonna meet somebody? You gonna mama gonna bring him home for you? I mean, how you gonna get how that gonna happen?
Ilia Topuria says he's back. What you think about that?
He better be, because I'm supposed to fight him in June on the White House card.
Uh-oh.
That's who I'm fighting.
Oh, that's who you want.
That's who I have to have. That's why I fought for this thing. White House in June, let's go.
Following his dominant victory over Paddy, Justin Gaethje has shifted all of his attention toward Ilia Topuria, confidently warning that he plans to knock out the champion at the UFC White House event. Gaethje believes the matchup is the biggest fight available for the card and sees it as the clear main event attraction. Still, Stephen A. Smith isn't buying into the prediction and remains skeptical that Gaethje can actually finish Topuria the way he says he will.
Next, Ilia Topuria on the White House. Has to be. Has to be. No other option.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Walking out of the Oval Office into the cage, wearing the flag.
Entertaining.
I think we're gonna main event it. I think we'll be the main event.
Boom.
Let's go. Once in a lifetime.
I'm totally guessing throwing against the wall right now.
Yeah. Universe.
Well, I mean, what else?
You know what I think will probably happen? You know what I think will probably happen?
Let's see it.
I think there'll be co-headline. You'll be one of them so that they can say, like, the man who's never had a bad fight, definitely here. So that's a draw.
Yeah.
And then they put whatever else on there. So I think co-main event. I think for sure.
Co-main. Who's main?
I don't know. I think it'll be a huge, I think it'll be big name thing.
McGregor's been tossed around as
that's
the
what I'm
main
saying.
for that fight.
Yeah, I know it's past the time, but name-wise, right, I think that is
If it's McGregor, then McGregor's going to fight me and we'll be main event anyway.
There you go. Okay.
Okay, never had a bad fight. Okay.
Yeah, it would be if Ilia didn't come back, they would, strip him. I'd become the undisputed. And then McGregor gets to fight whoever he wants. So I guess that would...
Meanwhile, Ilia Topuria has officially settled his legal dispute with Georgina Usgate, and the case has now been dismissed. With those issues no longer hanging over him, the champion has returned to training and appears to be preparing for a potential showdown with Justin Gaethje at the White House event. Topuria also shared fresh training footage online, sending a message to fans with the caption, "The champ is back." Justin Gaethje quickly responded to the post as he continues keeping his attention fixed on Ilia Topuria and the expected timeline for their clash. With June being discussed as the likely date for the matchup, Gaethje made it clear that every move he has made recently has been aimed at securing that opportunity.
Ilia Topuria says he's back. What you think about that?
He better be, because I'm supposed to fight him in June on the White House card.
Uh-oh.
That's who I'm fighting.
Oh, that's who you want.
That's who I have to have. That's why I fought for this thing.
That's why he fought for the damn thing. Y'all heard it. Topuria, Gaethje, let's make it happen.
Let's go.
UFC on Paramount Plus. We appreciate y'all. Stay tuned.
White House in June, let's go.
Confident in the power he brings into every fight, he believes a knockout can happen anytime he gets the right opening. At the same time, he knows the danger works both ways and understands the risks involved whenever he steps forward. But that uncertainty is exactly what excites him, as he wants to experience the moment firsthand and see how the fight plays out.
With how crazy this game is, how big of a fan I am, how many unpredictable things have happened. I can absolutely knock Ilia Topuria out on the White House lawn.
How do you know that?
Because I know how crazy this game is. I know the power I possess. I know the skills that I have.
He
I know
possesses a lot of power,
Of course, he could knock me out also.
Right.
But there's no way to find out, and I also will. I just want the chance.
You want him?
Of course.
That's right.
Yeah, he's the champion. If I could do it, it will be the best script. Then I will believe this is all simulation. 100%. Because it would be crazy.
Daniel Cormier has issued a caution to Justin Gaethje ahead of a potential clash with Ilia Topuria, warning that getting into wild exchanges could end badly for him. Cormier pointed to Topuria's explosive punching power and his ability to finish fights instantly, stressing that taking unnecessary risks against someone that dangerous could be a serious mistake for Gaethje. Still, Justin Gaethje sees losing in a completely different way. To him, fighting until the very end carries more value than simply making it to the scorecards, and he believes those tough defeats can push a fighter to come back even stronger. In his eyes, setbacks are not the end. They become motivation for a greater return.
Very proud of myself for losing like that rather than losing by decision. Going one more second and then losing by decision. I fought a terrible fight. I deserved to lose. I wasn't perfect that night. And that knockout is going to make this comeback that much greater. And so I think it's perfect. I think it had to happen. I think it's my story. It's part of my story. I'm trying to write a book, create a movie, create a legacy. And I think that knockout is going to make all this. If I come back and beat Paddy, get undisputed gold by beating Topuria, best story you can ever write in this. Man.
Meanwhile, Colby Covington gave a harsh reaction to the fight between Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett, saying Gaethje appeared slowed down and past his best. He also argued that Pimblett failed to handle the pressure properly, making mistakes that shouldn't happen at that stage. According to Covington, the spotlight revealed weaknesses from both fighters during the matchup.
Justin Gaethje looked really bad, but Paddy looked even worse. So, you know, Justin looked just like a really old, slow, punch-drunk dude. I call him the king of CTE because he's been hitting the head a lot. So he's got that CTE and he just looked bad. But, you know, Paddy looked worse. He didn't look very good. He looked sluggish. He didn't look fast. Hands down a lot. Just very amateur rookie mistakes that he made. But, you know, he's never been in a main event spotlight. So this is his first time getting the main event spotlight and all that requires of a main event fight. You know, it's a lot, man. The media week, the cutting the weight, the media just work you have to do in the lead up to the fight is just, you have to handle a big load. So I think he realized that, you know, it's a lot tougher up there than he thought it was. You know, he was talking a big game, saying he was going to be champion, saying he was going to be this and that, but he'd never been in that spotlight, and he got that spotlight and he didn't pass the test. You know, he froze under the pressure. So, you know, I didn't see anything special. It was a good fight for sure. People like seeing it, but what I saw in the fight, Justin just looked shot. He doesn't look like he has that dog left in him. You know, I don't know. He's just the CTE really.
At the same time, Justin Gaethje admitted that some of the remarks made by Paddy Pimblett genuinely got under his skin. Because fighters put so much on the line every time they enter the cage, he believes any kind of threat has to be taken seriously, and that pressure can affect him emotionally. He understands that those situations can test his patience, but he still makes an effort to stay controlled, avoiding unnecessary trash talk while using his opponent's comments as motivation.
Going to look the exact same afterwards. Yeah. We assume in fight promo, like, everything is just kind of what it is. Felt like you actually felt disrespected by that. Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately it's true. Like, so after these fights, I have to go back to my family, my mother, my father, my brothers, my sisters, my nieces, my nephews. And if my face is different, they are very concerned. And that is what we risk every single time we step in there. You know, it's not death, but it could be chronic injury, but it's definitely, you know, serious injury. And for him to imply that he was going to hurt me, of course I have to take that personal, you know, because we are trying to hurt each other. And honestly, you know, in that fight week, I get a lot more petty, a lot more irritable, a lot shorter fuse. And so I take everything personal. And, you know, as a competitor, you kind of have to use all of that fuel to fire you, to get in there. I honestly made the choice not to talk crap to my opponents anymore because I don't want to fire them up. You know, I want them to go in there with their own inspiration. I'm not trying to inspire them anymore, but that's something I learned.
Paddy Pimblett is now rooting for Gaethje to defeat Ilia Topuria and capture the undisputed title, believing that outcome could eventually set up a rematch between them. Looking back at their fight, Justin acknowledges that he faced a very dangerous version of Pimblett inside the cage. Despite the disappointment surrounding their first encounter, Pimblett has accepted the result and is now concentrating on the experience and lessons he gained from it.
Gaethje, I did say before the fight I want the best version of Justin Gaethje, and that Justin Gaethje turned up. So hats off to him. I hope he wins the undisputed title off Ilia, and hopefully we can run it back, even though I don't think he's got too many fights left. Hopefully we can run it back in the future, because there's a couple of things in that fight that pissed me off, but you know, we get on with it. It's done now. There's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can go back and change. I just hope that in the future he can step up and have a rematch with me. But it's one of them. I know he's on the arse end of his career, so if he does end up just fighting Ilia and fighting Max or something and retiring, it's one of them. I'll have learned a lot from losing that fight.
Justin Gaethje reflects on his knockout defeat to Max Holloway and doesn't see it as damage to his career, but rather as part of the bigger picture of his legacy. In his view, even a dramatic loss helps shape a more compelling story, making each return to the cage feel more significant and impactful as his journey continues.
And I'm glad I lost like that. It's a much better, story for my legacy to lose like that. Than to let one more second go and I just lose a decision. Me getting knocked out and then, coming back, having 2 wins in a row, it makes those 2 wins that much more inspiring. And it makes what I'm going to do at the end of my career that much more inspiring. And that's ultimately why I'm here.
Javier Mendez criticized Justin Gia's decision to engage in a striking battle with Max Holloway, describing the approach as a poor tactical choice. While he admitted the fight was entertaining for fans, he argued that it lacked smart strategy. In his opinion, Gia would have been better served by relying more on wrestling and takedown attempts instead of trading punches in a stand-up war.
You got 2 people. This guy's coming here, you come here, but your objective goal when you come here, you're going to meet him, but your objective goal is to come here, hit, take down, hit, go to the side. It's not hit, stay here. No, let's go. Like, for instance, I'll give you a let's go like what Max Holloway did with Justin Gaethje. Pointed to the floor, let's go. Justin Gaethje said, let's go. Stupid. It was great for the fans, but as a strategy, it was not. I would have said, okay, I'll meet you in there. Boom, boom, boom. Take him down. Take him.
On the other hand, Kamaru Usman has made it clear that he is aiming for a future fight with Islam Makhachev. Although he respects Makhachev's status as champion, Usman sees him as the toughest possible test in the division and wants that challenge next.